That was the City of Salem's professional firefighters pipe and drum band. They've been together about a year and a half, and some of them had never played the pipes or drums before, so they did a great job. Thank you again. We appreciate you very much. They do not play while the house is burning. You can trust that. So Mayor-elect Peterson has asked me to open up the council session this evening. So I think it's time that we go forward and get the community's work done. So Salem City Council is now in session, and this gives me an opportunity to say a couple of words before you take your oath of office. The main thing I want to say tonight is thank you to the 16 different counselors that I have worked with over the last 8 years. As we know, most of you have full-time jobs or have your own businesses, and the community and I very much appreciate the service you have given to Salem. And I know that there often are sacrifices from that, so it is very much appreciated. We also know it takes 5 votes to get anything through, so we need to work together to make good things happen in the community. You also only need to look around this room to see all of the wonderful people that have been involved in this community, that care about it, and that want us to do some really good things. I'm going to turn this over for your oath of office. I think you have a wonderful council and a great leader in your mayor-elect, and I know they're going to do some really wonderful things for Salem. So thank you very much for 8 years. I'm out of here.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Randall Toshin, the city attorney, and I'll be administering the oath of office for everyone except the new mayor, and her oath of office will be administered by her husband, Justice Peterson. So I'm going to start with Municipal Judge Jane Aiken. So if you'd come down here, Ms. Aiken. So if you would repeat after me. I, Jane Aiken.
I, Jane Aiken.
Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and of the state of Oregon
and of the state of Oregon
and the city charter
and the city charter
and ordinances of the city of Salem,
and ordinances of the city of Salem,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully and lawfully, perform the duties of municipal judge for Salem during my continuance therein. Congratulations. And then for the new counselors, I'll be going alphabetically. So, Rich Clausen. Okay, if you would repeat after me. I, Rich Clausen.
I, Rich Clausen.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
That I will support.
That I will support.
The Constitution and laws.
The Constitution and laws.
Of the United States of America.
Of the United States of America.
And of the state of Oregon.
And of the state of Oregon.
And the city charter.
And the city charter.
And ordinances of the city of Salem.
And ordinances of the city of Salem.
And that I will.
And that I will.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Faithfully and lawfully.
Faithfully and lawfully.
Perform the duties of city councilor for Salem.
Perform the duties of city councilor for Salem.
During my continuance therein.
During my continuance therein.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then Councilor-elect Daniel Clem. Okay, if you'd repeat after me. I, Dan Clem,
I, Dan Clem,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and of the State of Oregon
and of the State of Oregon
and the City Charter
and the City Charter
and ordinances of the City of Salem,
and ordinances of the City of Salem,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully and lawfully,
faithfully and lawfully,
perform the duties of City Councilor for Salem
perform the duties of City Councilor for Salem
during my continuance therein.
during my continuance therein.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
My successor is lawfully
Councilor-elect Laura Tesler.
And the city charter, and the city charter, and ordinances of the city of Salem, and ordinances of the city of Salem, and that I
If you raise your hand and repeat after me.
best of my ability,
I, Laura Tesler,
I, Laura Tussler,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and of the State of Oregon
and of the State of Oregon
and the City Charter
and the City Charter
and ordinances of the City of Salem,
and ordinance of the City of Salem,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully and lawfully,
faithfully and lawfully,
perform the duties of City Councilor for Salem
perform the duties of City Councilor for Salem
during my continuance therein.
during my continuance therein.
Congratulations. And Councilor-elect Cheryl Ann Thomas. And if you'd raise your right hand. I, Cheryl Ann Thomas,
I, Cheryl Ann Thomas,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and of the State of Oregon
and of the State of Oregon
and the City Charter
and the City Charter
and ordinances of the City of Salem,
and ordinances of the City of Salem,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my abilities,
faithfully and lawfully,
faithfully and lawfully,
perform the duties of City Councilor for Salem
perform the duties of City Councilor for Salem
during my continuance therein.
during my continuance therein.
Congratulations. And if Justice Peterson would come forward.
Thank you. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Anna Peterson,
I, Anna Peterson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and laws
and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the State of Oregon
and the State of Oregon
and the Salem Charter and ordinances,
and the Salem Charter and ordinances,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully
faithfully
and lawfully
and lawfully
discharge the duties of Mayor
discharge the duties of Mayor
of Salem
of Salem
during my continuance therein.
during my continuance therein.
don't get any ideas, Randall.
Kissing the mayor? That's not a bad idea.
Good luck. For good luck.
For good luck.
No offense, but I don't.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, for such a tremendous turnout this evening. I really am so pleased to see each and every one of you here. And I want to make a special note that I feel like, as I look out and see your faces, that you truly represent Salem. And I'm excited that you're here, and I want to encourage you to keep coming back to council. Come and testify, come and visit, and then come and work with us on the boards and the committees and the commissions. So just wanted to say that. Thank you all for being here today. So we're going to actually get the meeting started and then have some comments from each of us who've just been sworn in. So we'll start with the roll call.
Okay. Councillor Bennett.
Here.
Councillor Tessler.
Present.
Councillor Nanke.
Here.
Councillor Clausen.
Present.
Councillor Dickey.
Here.
Councillor Thomas.
Present.
Councillor Cannon is
Yes.
via telecommunication equipment. Councillor Clem.
Here.
Mayor Peterson.
Present.
Here.
Got to get my directions here. Okay, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge Thank you very much. I do have just a few words that I'd like to share with all of you here, and I'd like to start particularly in directing a few comments to the counselors. I have enjoyed so much in the last few months getting to know each of you and having time to talk with each of you and visit with you about your goals and your hopes and your dreams for the city of Salem, and learning really how we can all work for those dreams and those goals. And I want to say that I feel strongly it is not enough for us to come into this chamber together to do work. We must come to this chamber, and I'm confident we will. We must come to this chamber to work together. And there is a difference. And I'm excited about the opportunity to do that with each one of you. I'm encouraged by your reception of me and my thoughts and the way we've been able to work. I'm excited about that. I'm mindful of what authority we have. And I was thinking the other day about the fact that we have vested in us the ability to set policy, to determine how city funds will be spent. That's the public's money. We have certainly the opportunity sometimes to choose one ordinance over another, one petitioner over another, one issue one way or another way. And really, who gives us that power? It is not the people who helped on our campaigns. It's not the people who supported our campaigns financially. It's not special interest groups. It's not the arts. It's not the joggers or the bicyclists. It's not the builders. It's not the business community. It's not the unions. It's not any of the special groups who all together weave the fabric that help us to run the city. But by virtue of the community, the people who live in Salem, we have the privilege to sit in these chairs tonight and for the next 2 years, 4 years, on and on. And I just want to mention that because that's the esprit de corps that I sense that we will all be bringing to this job. We are here because the residents of Salem believe in the laws and the rules and the ordinances that we live by. And they trust that our integrity, our judgment, and our desire to serve the public will always be the reason that we walk through these doors and come together. And I just want to say again, I am so pleased to be serving with every one of you because I just sense that you all have that same feeling too. I want to say something to the city staff, to the employees. I have talked endlessly about the need to increase the number of people who are working in our community. We all know that we have a tremendous number of people on unemployment. We have a tremendous number of businesses that are really having to cut back. Tremendous budget crunch is coming. But you know, there's one way that we're going to turn that around, and that is by having the type of environment that actually does help businesses to thrive, and that helps families to thrive. And what I'd really like our city to do is to think of the acronym, and you can tell now I'm going to work for government because I've come up with an acronym. The acronym is JOBS. Join our business sector. When someone comes in the door to City Hall and needs a permit or has an idea or needs to do something, have a change so that their business can flourish, we need to be thinking of how we can do that. And I'm excited. I've been working with Urban Development Department and talking with Public Works and various departments, and I'm really excited because this city has that attitude, and I want to help foster that attitude. And then to the community, to those of you here and people who are watching on television and might read about tonight's session, I want to say we cannot do this job alone, and the city employees and staff cannot do this job alone. We need the public. We need you here with us. We need you to volunteer on committees and commissions and boards and task forces so that we're all collectively moving our city ahead. And I have another little acronym or another little phrase that I was thinking about, and that is see Salem shine. And that's what we can all do. Thank you. I want to give each of the counselors that was just sworn in an opportunity to say some words or introduce family. Let's see, who wants to be first?
I'll go.
Rich, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Peterson. Well, first off, thank you everybody for being here. It's great to see the chamber full. I've been watching a lot on TV and been to a few meetings towards the end of the year, and can get a little empty in here. So it's great to see everybody here, and I'd encourage you all to keep coming back. I have a couple people to thank. First and foremost, my wife, Corey Clausen, who's here watching tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun doing this adventure here on City Council, but the other night we were sitting down together filling in my calendar, and it was getting a little daunting figuring out when we're going to get together with 2 kids at home. So thank you to Corey, because she's been very patient with this and will be very patient and supportive, and I appreciate that. Also next, thank you to TJ Sullivan, ex-Councilor Sullivan, for helping me out, getting up to speed. We had a lot of good meetings, helping me to understand what the issues are, what's going on, kind of some of the ideas behind the different things out there. So that's been incredibly helpful. And also for all of his kind words at his speeches. Boy, I was wondering who he was talking about when he was talking about me. So thank you, TJ. And lastly, my friend and campaign manager, Charles Weathers. He's probably watching, maybe not, but thank you, Charles. So anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay. Laura?
thanks. I subscribe to the Oscar Wilde School of Speeches, which is be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. My family didn't come because my husband said that he would come when my salary was doubled here. So, and he's not even at home watching because he doesn't know how to do the computer. So, anyway, I would like to thank Melanie Zermer, who managed my campaign for the second time. She says she will not manage it a third time. She won't even manage it if I run for Senate, so I think I'm out. I'd like to thank my good friend Chuck Bennett, who was really helpful and continues to be really helpful to me, and all of Brad Nanke, who for years passed notes, provided helpful looks, and hopefully will provide more helpful looks. And Dan, Clem, Bob Cannon, who if he was here in person, it would be better. And Diana, and I'm really looking forward to working with Cheryl and Anna, and I think it's going to be a new year, a new beginning, and that's all I have to say. Thanks.
Thank you. Dan? Oh, Cheryl.
Thank you. I just want to first say that I'm blessed and I'm honored to have been chosen to be a representative for the community I live in, thanks to Bruce Rogers and Kate Tarter for stepping to me and asking me those questions. I also want to thank my church family.
Good.
For supporting and encouraging me. My inspirations for even being where I am is my children. My son Randy, my son Antoine, and my daughter Queen, who's not here. She's at a basketball game. And my husband, who was my campaign manager out there pounding the pavement when I was at work getting those signatures, and then pushing me to get out there with him to get those signatures. But I'm looking forward to being a representative for the community, for doing some great things and bringing about some changes. So, thank you.
Great. Thank you. Councilor Clem?
Thank you, Mayor Peterson. Gosh, that sounds great to say that. I, too, want to express how blessed I am having a supportive family, having great council members to bounce ideas off of. It looks different when you're in the room here than when you're sitting at home on TV. We all look thinner in real life. So come on down, you can see how skinny we are. So I would also want to express my thanks to the council members and welcome to the new council members. It's just going to be an absolute blast having you folks here, and I'm happy to be back. I want to recognize that my wife and I, Debbie's here with me tonight. We're proud grandparents of 15 grandkids. Well, 8 grandkids, 7 kids, 15 altogether, but 8 grandkids. So that's who I'll be missing when I'm down here with you. And that's the reason I do this, for the kids and the grandkids. So I want to thank you, the folks of Salem, for the privilege, again, of serving you in any capacity that you'll allow me to. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. And I would like to take a second and introduce my family who are here. You met my husband, Edwin, when he administered the oath of office, and our daughter, Sherry Peralt, our son-in-law, Michael Harding, and they've driven down from Seattle to be with us. And other dear friends are here, and supporters, and longtime, really, really important people in our lives. So we thank you for being here as well. I am now excited. We're going to elect our council president, and I will entertain a motion. Is there a motion?
Yes, there is. Thank you. I move to elect Chuck Bennett to the office of council president.
Second.
And is there a second? Okay, second. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Great.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. That sounds unanimous. I guess I should say, are there any nays? No. Good. Chuck Bennett. Counselor Bennett, welcome as our council president. I'm very pleased about this election. And would you like to say a word or two? And then I have a little something for you. No, it's okay.
Well, thank you, Mayor Peterson, and thank you, councilors. I really appreciate the opportunity to serve you as council president. You know you'll spend part of your Sunday or Saturday evenings with me on the phone talking about agendas, and I hope we can share a few laughs and at the same time get through what can be, as you know, some difficult and sometimes very easy issues. I want to just because Anna and I were in the election together, want to just say how pleased I am and excited I am to have the opportunity to work closely with you in the pre-council and working on the agenda. I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be a great several years. So don't do this two thing. Just say several. As you
Several. Thank you. I do have something for you, so I'm going to get up and bring it over to you. So then I probably am off the microphone. But Councillor Bennett and I are both Anglophiles. We love the British. And I saw this, and it says, "Keep calm and carry on." So this is a package of pencils with sharp points so that we can keep the budget and everything else in order. And then also, since I know you're going to be making phone calls to councilors, that's the way we do it. We call ahead of time to kind of get a feel for what everybody is doing and how the agenda is going to be. You can always use these to dial the phone too. So there you go. There you go.
Sure about anything about 2 seats away.
Okay. Tonight we have no proclamations or special presentations, and we'll move on to the reports of boards, commissions, committees presented by outside agencies. I believe that we have.
Yes, we have one of our social service presentations this evening for Northwest Human Services Host Program. So please.
Good evening. I am Mayor Peterson and City Councilors.
Welcome.
My name is Sarah Beth Brennan, and I work at Mid-Valley Women's Crisis Service in Ward 1, and I'm also honored to be a member of the Social Service Advisory Board. Congratulations to the new faces here. We're really excited to be working with you, and you will be hearing from the Social Service Advisory Board every month. We typically turn over our report time to one of the contractors that receives either the Social Service General Fund dollars or Community Development Block Grant money. And tonight you get to hear from Lisa Higgins, who is the host program manager, and she and Solomon Zamudio is one of the staff members there. They're going to tell you more about this great program. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Welcome. We're glad you're here this evening.
Good evening, Mayor Peterson and City Council members. My name is Lisa Higgins, and I work for Northwest Human Services. As she stated, I'm the host program manager, new to that position in the last 5 months, moved here to this beautiful city from the coast. So I'd like to start out by thanking you and our past mayor, who's now left the room, for your continued support, and council members for their continued support of the host program. Our primary mission of the host program is to provide services to homeless and runaway and abandoned teens. We serve primarily 3 different populations. We run a basic shelter where we serve youth between the ages of 11 and 17. In the basic shelter, we work toward family unification when appropriate through crisis intervention, counseling, family mediation, case management, and parenting education. Secondly, we run a TLP program, which is a transitional living program where we serve youth between the ages of 16 to 21. Our TLP program is a residential program which teaches self-sufficiency through life skills, job readiness skills, completion of education, and case management support. Also continued case management support. And thirdly, we are proud to be starting our outreach program, which is going to be up and running this month. We'll be serving both youth and young adults ages 11 to 24. This program will offer a combination of street outreach, a drop-in center, and emergency shelter. The program is designed to develop trust with street youth and influence them to move off of the street into our sheltered programs and ultimately back to their family or in the direction of healthy, independent lifestyles. I'd like to share some of our successes, and mainly the majority of our successes is just watching our clients, a total of 207 last year, have family unification, return back home. Another one of our big successes was a human trafficking awareness event, which we conducted last spring in the community in collaboration with Portland State University. And we were trying to teach the public and youth alike the dangers of human trafficking and how to prevent that. How people can get involved in the community, become part of the solution. It starts with educating yourself, become an informed learner, learn about the issues that are going on in the community, not only homelessness, but others, and find your way to donate time and resources, whether if you're persuaded, your heart is persuaded to come share and donate your time and resources to host wonderful, otherwise, other programs locally in the community. And lastly, I'd like to leave you with a quote from one of our clients. This is from a child's perspective. What is the most important thing Host has offered? She stated, "Host is a place where I feel welcomed and safe." Thank you. Do we have 2 minutes for?
Yes, certainly, certainly, and thank you for your presentation.
I'd say 30% of our population is of
Can you speak into the microphone?
I'd say 30% of our population is of Latino descent, so I wanted Solomon Zamudio to say a word in Spanish.
Oh, excellent. Welcome.
Gracias.
State your name, please.
Mi nombre es Salomón Zamudio. Gracias por la oportunidad de hablar con ustedes, Mayor Peterson, y miembros del Consejo de la Ciudad. Quería hablar con las familias latinas para decirles que en el programa HOST ofrecemos la oportunidad para que jóvenes que se hayan escapado de sus hogares o no tengan casa pueden venir con nosotros a cualquier hora del día. Estamos abiertos las 24 horas, los 365 días del año. Entonces pueden enviarlos o venir con nosotros, y es la información que quería compartir con la comunidad rápidamente. Gracias por la oportunidad. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions for Ms. Higgins or Mr. Brennan from counselors? All right. Well, thank you again for coming. Your work is very important and vital to the public safety of our community. We appreciate you being here tonight. Is there anyone else from a board, commission, or committee that would like to address the council this evening? If not, we'll go on to public comment. I have the sign-up sheets. I don't see that anyone has signed up for public comment. Is that right? This one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so no one has signed up. We're going to go ahead. Is there anyone that's in the audience that wanted to address the council and was not able to get signed up? Okay, fine. We're going to move to the consent calendar. Would Council President please present that?
Madam Mayor, I move the consent calendar with no polls.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded that the consent calendar would be accepted with no polls.
And correction.
Councilor Mankey and then Councilor Clausen.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yes, just want to declare a potential conflict of interest on 4.3A. My spouse works for the Salem Kaiser School District. I feel that I can proceed to vote in an unbiased fashion due to the nature of the item on the agenda.
Okay. And Councillor Clausen?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Ditto that. I work for Salem Kaiser Public Schools, but I believe that I can, so there's a potential conflict of interest, but I believe that I can vote on this without any issues.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, so there are no items being pulled from the consent calendar. So it's been moved and seconded, so now we will vote on the acceptance of the consent calendar. All those in favor, say aye.
Pardon me just one moment, Madam Mayor, up here, the city recorder.
yes,
We have additions, deletions, and revisions sheet. We need to also include that, I think, in the motion, because we are removing something from the agenda.
Yeah, I tried to throw it, I apologize.
Okay.
I threw it in too quickly there at the
Okay.
end, but it's
Oh, sorry.
with addition, no, it was my fault, with
Okay.
additions and corrections and deletions.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. So it's been moved and seconded. And does the second approve the change?
Yes.
Okay, and it was Brad Nanke that seconded that motion. I believe that's right. Is that right? Okay. All right. Now we're ready. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, motion carries. That's the consent calendar. We'll now go to the, excuse me for being slow, whipping through this. We go to the special orders of business.
Yes, Mayor, and Brady Rogers from our Neighborhood Enhancement Division will be giving this presentation.
Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Peterson and councilors. I am Brady Rogers, the Neighborhood Enhancement Division Administrator. I have a very short presentation this evening concerning congregate living facilities.
Okay.
In December 2009, City Council selected licensing group homes as a council goal. This goal was assigned to me, and I thought it would be easy. My division runs the multi-unit inspection and licensing program, currently serving 21,000 total dwelling units. There we go. As part of that program, we license and conduct inspections of homeless shelters and room and board facilities. Presently, there are 226 shelter units and 255 room and board units. Adding group homes to the program, as the council goal was stated, would add an estimated 1,100 units to the program, as illustrated in this slide. However, further research into the issue led us to the conclusion that adding group homes specifically would violate the Fair Housing Act, and this model of the program is not viable. Inspections of these units would be possible if a broader definition of congregate living facilities was adopted. And the staff report presented September 13th, 2010 stated that if all congregate living facilities were included in the program, it would not violate the Fair Housing Act, and it would be possible to inspect these group homes. Finally, it was also determined that due to ORS 197.665, residential homes or group homes of 5 or fewer occupants cannot be licensed, inspected, or treated differently than any other single-family residential occupancy. The results of these determinations creates this model. And as you can see, only an estimated 720 group home client habitations can be incorporated into the program. 35% of the existing group home clients will likely be exempt. In addition, to capture the group home units as the council goal, an estimated additional 1,500 congregate living facility units will also have to be added. These will consist mostly of dormitory sororities, fraternities at both Tokyo and Willamette universities, and also a wide variety of charitable, fraternal, and nonprofit housing units throughout the city. The estimated numbers of congregate facility licensing is conservative. Even within the last few days and hours, staff has identified an additional estimated 100 or more psychiatric security review board clients that will likely be subject to the program. Between 40 and 50% of PSRB clients live in units that could be covered. Although many cities throughout the country and state have housing codes and licensing and inspection programs, none to my knowledge license and inspect the entire gamut of congregate living facilities, usually concentrating on boarding houses and homeless shelters. We will likely encounter additional dwelling units and client units over time. Because the proposed program evolved into something other than was asked for, staff felt a responsibility to report these findings prior to submitting the ordinance for consideration. In summation, 65% of the group home unit inspections can be accomplished, but only by greatly expanding the program by incorporating properties that generally do not cause the city or others harm. Prior to bringing this ordinance forward with the future report, it was important to explain the scope of the program as it has evolved. And this concludes my presentation.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Councillor Nanke, and then Councillor Clausen, and Councillor Dickey, and Councillor Clem. And I hope I got the order right on that. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thanks, Brady. The main concern as we brought this forward first time was not knowing where they were going to be in the community. And all of a sudden someone would realize there's something down the street from them. In my opinion, that would be more of the ones where there's 5 people or fewer. Most of the larger ones, people know what's going on. Would that be a correct statement?
That would be a correct statement. We found that the notification provision is unconstitutional. I'm concerned that what we were originally concerned with and what the community was concerned with won't be addressed by this, and I don't want us just doing inspections for the sake of doing inspections. Well, I suppose that would be the question of the balance of the council as to kind of where we want to go with that as well.
Okay.
I guess I have 2 questions real quick. First, when is this scheduled to come before the council?
We're doing the presentation this evening, and then we're thinking that you may want to discuss this issue further in your council goals session to decide how you'd like staff to proceed.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. The other question is there any anticipated idea of the cost for licensing?
The cost will be revenue neutral. We will charge a small fee to each of the structures, and it will reimburse us for the cost of doing the inspection. So it'll be a revenue neutral. We anticipate probably about a 0.5 FTE would be required for the work that we know about at this point.
And do we have, if I may?
No, that's fine.
Do you have any idea what cost that would translate to per bed or per
Probably
facility?
about $12 or $13 per client annually per structure.
Thank you.
Okay, Councillor Dickey?
Thank you, Mayor. Could you just briefly explain what the process would be to identify these places? I mean, some of them, obviously, you're getting information from public agencies. How would we identify, if we move forward with this, we'd want to make sure that the ones that needed to be licensed could be licensed. So do you have a process?
There's no set process. We're using a variety of sources. We've contacted all the government agencies we can. Some of them are a little leery of providing a lot of detailed information about these locations and occupancies. We have staff that go out in the field every day and discover things in the neighborhoods they work in, the code officers, police officers. So it will grow and it will evolve and it will change over time and get larger and larger. And no, we will not, at the start of the program, at the inception, have all the units known or captured.
Okay. Councillor Clem?
Thank you, Mayor Peterson. Brady, thank you for the concise report, because this is not what we started out with 2-3 years ago, and so I understand what you've been through. But question for City Attorney, Mr. Taj, is there a way to exempt educational facilities of any type from this sort of approach that we have before us?
Every exemption creates problems. The issue is created by the Federal Fair Housing Act, which prohibits discrimination based on disability. Right. And so if you don't cast a broad net to capture all similar types of facilities, you begin to create problems as to whether this would be a violation of the Federal Fair Housing Act.
Okay, and that's what I was afraid you were going to say. I think staff's approach with this is very good. I would like to discuss it in goal setting, because if we have to register every single place like this, I don't think I or others would support it, so.
Okay. Thank you. Do any other counselors have comments or questions? No? Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Rogers. We appreciate the report. The next item of business, we have no other unfinished business, and so our next item of business are the information reports. Would any of the counselors like to address the information reports on tonight's agenda? Okay, hearing none. And we have no public hearings or first readings, and so we'll proceed to the second reading on an ordinance. Will the recorder please read the title and make a roll call vote?
Ordinance Bill Number 55-2003, declaring certain territory located in the area east of Greencrest Street Northeast and north of Auburn Road Northeast, annexed to the City of Salem, prescribing zoning and withdrawing said territory from Marion County Fire District Number 1 and the East Salem Service District. Councilor Bennett?
Aye.
Councilor Tessler?
Aye.
Councilor Nanke?
Aye.
Councilor Clausen?
Aye.
Councilor Dickey?
Aye.
Councilor Thomas?
Aye.
Councilor Cannon?
Aye.
Councilor Clem?
Aye.
Mayor Peterson?
Aye. Okay, now is there anyone that has public comment that would like to speak? No. I don't have anyone signed up, but is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak that didn't get a chance to sign up? Okay, thank you. Oh, was there someone? No? Okay. Under new business, there being no mayor's items or counselor items, unless counselors have something that they would like to add at this point. Okay, there are no further items to discuss, so I would move that we are adjourned.
Yay.
Oh, that's
Not very loud. There we go.
Now we all get to be commissioners.
Now we're all commissioners, and we are going to do the Urban Renewal Board meeting. Just a second here.
It's at the bottom.
I only grab the, I grab the city council one, just because this has, you'll find this beneficial.
Oh, sure, well then,
Public hearings, work sessions and stuff.
okay, well, I'll tell you, if you want to, I think the best thing would be,
But just having that.
just,
That's what I was gonna put in my.
just for folks to see it, in the city manager's office.
Yeah, I found
we can, I think it'll be better than,
Found that too.
yeah, that'll be the best place for it.
I wanna know what. Yeah, this one's short.
Well, just once you ask for public comment, next time come up to the podium. You got a license today. License today. You can be driving by your house. You have to be cruising for chicks.
Hey,
Watch
what you said.
You go like, hey baby.
Hey, you gotta be careful. I work with your wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Urban Renewal Agency meeting of January 11, 2011 is now in session. Will the recorder please call the roll?
Board Member Bennett?
Here.
Board Member Tessler?
Present.
Board Member Nanke?
Here.
Board Member Clausen?
Here.
Board Member Dickey?
Here.
Board Member Thomas?
Here.
Board Member Cannon?
Here.
Board Member Clem?
Here.
Chair Peterson?
Peterson, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm just trying to think about 7 things at once here. I promise you I'll get better at this. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, reports of boards, commissions, and committees. And our first agenda item would be reports from boards, commissions, and committees. Do we have any reports?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And then this one's signed up. So we'll move on to public comment, item number 2, and we have one person signed up for that, Ray Burstead. Ray, Mr. Burstead, would you like to come forward?
Thank you, Mayor. Peterson, did you want me to testify, Rick, before? No. Okay. Yeah, the article I'm speaking about is before you. By the way, my name is Ray Burstead. I live at 262 Muirfield Avenue Southeast in Salem. I'm the president of the Strategic Economic Development Corporation. We have a unique opportunity in Salem due to the excess funds that have been developed in the Fairview Avenue Urban Renewal District. I've been in economic development for nearly 20 years, and I was hoping Larry Glassick would stay and maybe say a few words himself, because this is an opportunity for the city of Salem and for that particular district that doesn't come along very often. And if we can have an opportunity to have a revolving loan fund to help businesses get started out there in that district, it is absolutely critical to job creation and to capital investment of companies and industries in that district. More so maybe for existing companies that are in Salem already and are needing room to expand and have found places out there where they can expand their businesses and create new jobs, but also for new companies that would recruit to come into that area. So I would encourage the council, from Sitcor's standpoint, that would be an absolutely idyllic situation to have a revolving loan fund that we could pull on to make projects go forward in that district. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Do councilors have any questions of Mr. Burstead? Okay, thank you very much for coming down. Okay, now we'll move to the consent calendar. Would the board president please present the consent calendar?
Madam Mayor, I move the consent calendar.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilor Bennett and seconded by Councilor Nanke to accept the consent calendar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. Thank you. The consent calendar passes. And we have no information reports, so we'll go to special orders of business but we have no pulled items, right? Okay. So special order of business. Excuse me a second. Yes, Councilor Bennett?
Never mind. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
And Mayor, we don't have any unfinished business or public hearings, but I wonder if I could make a comment under new business. Certainly. It's not really new business, but I just wanted to point out that this is Rick Scott's last urban renewal meeting. He's retiring, and I just want to thank him publicly so much for all of his wonderful work.
Come back to be out of order, Commissioner.
Yes, Councilor Tessler.
I did hear that the property in Mexico is open for visitors, and that Ranger Rick would be more than happy to see you come down and spend the whole winter with him.
Councilor Tessler, we're always happy to entertain guests.
Well, I would certainly like to say how much I've appreciated working with you, Rick, and Mr. Scott, and how helpful it has been to learn more about all of the work that's going on in the Urban Development Department, and certainly thank you for your years of service. I remember first meeting you when you were head of the Parks Division, and then I worked with you at Urban Development. Would you like to say other words tonight?
Well, I really hadn't planned on saying anything. The only thing I guess I would say is I'm obviously well-traveled. I've spent a lot of time with a lot of different departments with the city, and what I would say is that I see a real opportunity with this new council for new direction. And when I say new, I mean direction that will take you to a much, much higher level than where we are today. So I'm very, very excited. I wish I could be a part of it, but I kind of feel like it's my time to take a step back and kind of re-examine my priorities, which I plan to do for 3 months in Mexico. That'll be the first trip. But I also want to talk a little bit about the staff. I have to tell you, I'm really going to miss the staff that I've been able to work with in all of my various jobs that I've held with the city. I have a lot of friends. A lot of people who I admire, and I'm really going to miss them a great deal. So thank you very much for 28 years. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm very, very excited for this city. I think the political leadership, I think that the staff that you have, sky's the limit. So thank you again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your comments. I appreciate your service tremendously so. Thank you. Okay. I believe that there is no further business for the Urban Renewal Board, and so our meeting for the Urban Renewal Board will be adjourned. Housing. Housing. I need to give you this.
That's right, he always gives me all these Huggins pens if I forgot. Oh, here, take his Huggins pen. That was the original Huggins pen.
No, I'm going to whisper in your ear.
Do you think he was meant to?
That's hilarious. You have to do a Huggins pen.
So if you need it, give me a shout. I can pass it down. He must be a Saints fan.
The Housing Authority meeting of January 11, 2011 is now in session. Will the recorder please call a roll?
Commissioner Tessler?
Present.
Commissioner Nanki?
Here.
Commissioner Clausen?
Here.
Commissioner Dickey?
Here.
Commissioner Thomas?
Here.
Commissioner Cannon?
Yes.
Commissioner Clem?
Here.
Commissioner Barco? I thought I saw him. He's absent. And Chair Bennett.
Here. Okay, no one is signed up to speak. Is there anyone who would like to address the Salem Housing Authority Commission regarding an item on the agenda? Will someone make a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
Second.
Councilor Tessler moves, Councilor Dickey seconds. A motion to approve the consent, okay, was made, but is there any discussion? Get through the script here. Okay. All those in favor of approving the consent calendar say aye, all opposed no.
Aye.
Motion passes. There are no special orders of business. We have no unfinished business?
No.
We have a
Mr. Welch, did you want to make any comment about the management report?
I would, thank you. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, it's my pleasure to see you here tonight. Very excited about my opportunity with you all going forward. A few new city councilors slash commissioners had a chance to meet with you all this past week, and I really appreciate the questions and the insights and look forward to working with all of you. On the management report, I'd just like to point out really quickly that the Housing Authority does manage an active family self-sufficiency program. There's an article about Letitia, whose last name we won't mention. That's her privacy issue, but Letitia's come through the program and is on her way to a master's degree in business administration. She's what the program's all about. She's focused and empowered, and we think doing a fine job and a great role model for our other 160 family self-sufficiency clients that we're working with actively. In addition, I'd just like to mention that looking forward to seeing all of you on the 18th of this month at a work session over at the Robert Lindsay Tower at 5:30. Look forward to having the discussions and open discourse about what the Housing Authority is doing and what we can do as staff to support you as commissioners in doing your work. So I appreciate that greatly. Thank you.
So the work session, the open discussion is the 18th, 5:30 at Robert Lindsay Tower.
That's correct.
Okay, great. Any questions for the director? Okay. We have no unfinished business. We have no new business. If there's no further items to discuss, we're adjourned.